Welcome to the demo of running Redis and deploying a demo app, the currency converter app, onto a Redis instance hosted on AWS Graviton2 based M6G instances. So this is our EC2 console. We have a EC2 instance of the type ARM-based EC2 instance, M6G, deployed here. And we are going to see how the currency converter app is deployed, and we'll see the demo. So I'm going to connect to the app. Now, let's quickly just update the instance. Right. Now we'll just install Redis server onto this machine, and it's pretty quick. So, right, so installation is done. Now we'll start the Redis server, and we'll give it a second, and then we'll check the status of it. So it says that the Redis server is running and it's active, right? So now let's enable this so that anytime when you reboot it, it will automatically start the server, Redis server. Now let's install snapd. Why is this required is because we'll be using, our app is based on a Node.js based frontend and a Redis based backend. So we need to use that library to make sure that we are able to install the Node.js bits. So now let's start and let's look at the status. All right, so it's active and running. So now let's go ahead and enable that, just like what we did for Redis. All right. Now let's install the node, and that's the core that it installs. And we let it finish for a sec, and it's done. So now we can check the version of it as well. So let's see what version we have. So that's the 14.16.0. All right, so now our Node.js is also installed, and now we are going to clone this repo. This is a repo which hosts the currency converter app. It's a third-party repo. We are going to clone this and on our local machine, and we are going to go to a directory, its native directory, and edit the server.js file. Right. So now let's go ahead and do that. All right. So now let's open it. And here, what we need to change is the const API URL variable. This is the fixer API. We'll use it and with our access token from fixer.io. That's the website that hosts or enables the currency conversion in real time. So now let's go back to fixer.io. So fixer.io, like I said, it's a currency converter website. They provide a public API. They have different versions as well, but we are going to use, for the sake of this demo, the free one, and it has 1,000 API calls per month. So that should be more than enough for us. So let's go ahead and yeah, so we are going to copy our access key after, of course, we register our account. And now we are going to paste it here in the server.js file. And we are going to also append that with the token. And now let's get out, and we just save this once. All right. This is just a simple warning. Now we'll go back to our instance, and we'll copy its IPv4 address, and we saw, since I already had it here, all right, let's see what happened. Oh, I forgot to start the server. So let's start it and hit enter. All right, so now it's listening on the port and it's connected to the Redis database as well. Now let's refresh the page. All right, so here's our app. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit that, select a date and hit that get rates button, and we'll see what happens. So this converts, like base rate is USD. So compared to one USD, it compares the different currencies that are listed down below. Now, this is just a sample flow. Now, I'm going to select a date, but before doing that, let's go to the developer tools in the browser and select the network tab. Now, we'll see why that's important. Now, let's go ahead and select a random date, and we'll do get rates. And if you see here on the right side of the screen, on the first execution, it actually went to the Fixer API, which is outside of the EC2 instance, and it took around like 310 milliseconds of round trip time to get and fetch that data. But the subsequent hits that you see are 123 milliseconds, 124 milliseconds. Those are like half the the latency is literally half, because it's not going there. It's just fetching it from the cached instance from Redis. Now let's just select another historical date, right? And do get rates. You're going to see the same thing, right? So if you see, keep looking at the right, you'll see that 296 millisecond was the first instance, and after that, it just approximately halves the total time that it's taken. So with that, this concludes our demo, and thanks for listening in.